What's going on, guys? It's Trek YT here, or Nick, back at it again with another brand new episode of SkyBlock. So today's episode is pretty awesome. We're going to start off today's episode with a time-lapse because I don't know how many of you guys were there, but I did stream between episodes and I was able to complete a little bit of a build over there. So we're going to start off today's episode by just showing off that time-lapse to get you guys a little bit caught up of where we are at, and then we're going to take the episode from there afterwards. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to jump straight into this time-lapse, and right after the time-lapse we can go ahead and start this episode. So now that that time-lapse is complete, I hope you guys did enjoy. You guys might be wondering, I guess, what this is. You probably, for the most part, understand what this is, but this is going to be our spawner section. Now, I only built this side over here. I never ended up finishing this side because I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to put over there, but I do know that I would like to put an IG over here. So in today's episode, we're basically going to be focusing on getting this IG grinder started up. So first off, we kind of have to get to 300,000 so we can purchase this IG before we can even think about completing the farm. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go to IS Warp. I'm very high. He's the IS top leader, and he's buying, I guess, emeralds right now for 16k per stack. So I feel like that is a good enough price for me. So I'm just going to sell 2 stacks, and now we're at 320,000, so we can buy ourselves our first IG. Now, I know a lot of you guys last season were kind of like, Trek, why aren't you buying IGs? I want to AFK for you, or Trek, why don't you get IGs? You can make a bunch of money off it. Well, in this season we are going to be doing some, I guess, spawners and stuff like that, and we're going to start off with a small little spawner to start things off, and then we'll, as we progress and get more money, we'll definitely ramp things up and try to become really OP with just having a ton of spawners. So what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to go ahead and buy the IG from /shop, and then after we'll go ahead and we'll actually put together the actual spawner. So we're actually buying ourselves our first IG ever, confirm that, and boom, we have our first IG. Now, I do not have a Silk Touch pickaxe as of right now, so I can't really place it because I don't want to have to worry about breaking it. So I'm just going to throw that in a chest over here, I guess my valuables chest over here, and then we can go ahead and now we can start to set up the actual spawner down below. So in order for us to go ahead and start to do this spawner, we do have to kind of extend all these walls downwards. Now that's pretty repetitive, so what we're going to do first is we're just going to break this whole floor that I set up, and then afterwards we're going to go back and we're just going to extend it. Now that's going to be kind of boring, so we're not going to be, I guess, time-lapsing or anything like that. We're just going to straight up extend it and we're going to make a cut. So right now I'm going to go ahead, destroy this entire cobblestone platform. This was just a temporary during the live stream because I wasn't exactly sure during the live stream where I wanted to take things. I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with everything that I had just made in the time lapse. So what I have decided again to do is do the IG, because I feel like that's a pretty good way of making some cash, and I think that a lot of you guys feel the exact same way. So I'm going to go ahead, break this entire cobblestone platform, and then we can start to get the materials to continue to spread all of this walls right here downwards. So the platform is all destroyed now, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this about 20 to 25 blocks downwards. I don't exactly know what the distance is for how far away they have to be from when they fall to, I guess, allow for more to spawn. I think it's like a chunk or something like that, or I don't exactly know how many blocks, but I'm just going to go with like 25 blocks or so. I feel like that's a relatively good amount. Plus there's already about like, I don't know, 10 blocks. So it's almost like 35 blocks. I think it should have to be like at a max of like 32 blocks away or something like that. But I have a plan of how I want to do it. I want to drop into, I guess, water or something like that, probably water, and then they're going to flow into lava, and I have a whole plan for it. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but I saw it on someone else's island. I don't exactly remember whose, but that is our plan for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to extend some of this stuff downwards. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think 20 could be actually good. I feel like 30, that looks about, let's see, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's about 11. We'll go one more block down, and that'll be, I think, about 32 blocks from the actual spawner. Maybe we'll go one more just to be safe, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to place one of these cobblestone walls and then place the spawner underneath it. And I think that should really help it so that way they spawn just right about here. I think all of these things around it should be fine. I don't think that an iron golem can spawn here because there is a fence there. So I guess if that problem arises, we'll have to change a little bit with the design if that happens to be that way. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to extend everything down except for these guys, since these are kind of like random things that will take a little bit more time. So I'm going to extend everything, like all this stuff, down. First off, though, we do need to get ourselves some more clay. So I'm going to just buy some clay from shop, use this dye, and make it. So I'm going to go ahead. You're going to now see me, I guess, cut to this entire thing being extended, and then after that we'll start to build, I guess, almost the collection system down there. So I've kind of extended a little bit right now. I'm going to take a pause for that. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this little area right here, because it's kind of an awkward thing. I kind of want to do it like this design over here, but I kind of have to, I guess, work my way around that momentarily because I have this weird design. So I'm trying to think what would be the best for this. So I think what I'm going to do is something like that. This is the center, so we'll go here and here. So I think it's kind of like that, and I think we're just going to kind of then go off of it like that. So I think that's pretty much what I want to do. I think that should work. I know it's kind of like odd like this, so I think what we'll have to do is we can make this behind this red, so it'll be like this, and then I could either set it back like that, or I think that's probably what I'll do. So I'll set it back like that, and then all of this should blend in like this. And then for right here, what I can do is I can knock this guy out, make this into something like that, and then knock this stuff out. I think I can knock this. Yeah, I can knock this guy out. And then what I'll do is I'll go grab myself some of these stairs and slabs, and we can just kind of put a little bit of a design in there maybe. So where is our stairs and slabs? Stairs, slabs, maybe this, maybe that. I don't exactly know. We'll just grab the full blocks just in case. So we'll throw this stuff down here, and then we're going to try to make some sort of little pattern in here. We might just go with something like this, and then maybe like this over here, and we can either do that. No, that looks kind of weird. We might go with a wall. That doesn't look half bad. And then we can do something similar on this side. We'll do something like that, like this. Put a wall on either of those. Then we can put a slab in the middle, maybe like that. I mean, you won't really ever see this, so it doesn't really matter what I'm putting there. I just wanted to put something there just for you know, whatever kind of sake. So we'll do something like this and then like that, and then now I can finally extend everything downwards. So I'm going to go back to continuing to do that. Now I just wanted to plan out this little design right here with you guys so you guys could understand where my, I guess, thought process is going with this. So I extended everything down, and this is kind of what it's looking like right now. So what I plan to do is I'm going to extend these again off camera just because it's kind of boring to watch. But what I want to actually, what my plan is for this is the iron golems are going to be up here. So it's kind of beneficial that I put the IG part up here, so that way if someone ever comes to my island, they can automatically just be in the vicinity of this iron golem spawner, and it'll just spawn golems and stuff like that. So I may even add like an AFK pool over here if someone decides they want to do that, or maybe even for like me to bring an alternate account on, since I can't AFK as a helper. So what I want to do is I basically want the iron golems to fall all the way down. Now this is going to be like flat down here, and it's going to have water so they don't die from the fall, but basically what it'll do is it'll push the irons, or the iron golems, into, I guess, water, or not, it'll be in water. They'll be pushing the iron golems this way, and then they'll, I guess, be pushed into, I guess, lava. That, so let's say this is the ground right here, the lava will be placed like here, so only the top part of their body will burn, so that way when the, I guess, the iron drops, it'll drop on a lower level and it'll continue to drop into water, and then I guess it'll flow down. So let's say like this block wasn't here, it'll flow underneath this block, so the iron golem can't go past this block. It'll flow underneath here into another water stream, which will then take the iron to some other location. So that's my basic, I guess, plan for this. I saw it on someone else's island. I don't exactly know who it is, but I think it's a pretty, I guess, general idea for creating this. I think a lot of people are now using that since there's a hopper limit and since hoppers are so expensive. So I'm going to try to narrow it down to like 1 or 2 hoppers in my collection system. So that's kind of what we're going to do now. So I'm going to extend these guys down, and then we can start to work on that part down below. Okay, so we have filled in all of these side things. So now what I kind of have to do is I have to kind of work on this, I guess, water flowing thing that I need down here. So first things first, though, is I need to kind of make myself a box almost, because it'll be easier to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. So basically I'm going to make it into a box in a way, kind of. I don't exactly know how to explain what I'm doing right now, because really I'm just kind of just winging it. So what I have to do for the most part is I have to make it so that way, I guess, the edge is like this thing, because I want there, I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of do it and then try to explain it as I go. So I'm gonna grab some blocks that I think will be good. Here, slabs, that's what I'm looking for. So it's kind of gonna be kind of weird at first, and then you'll probably understand what I'm doing after that. So what I'm doing for the most part is I'm trying to, I guess, make a smooth transition from what it currently is at right now, what it kind of looks like, into something a little more, I guess, manageable is, I guess, the word that I'm looking for. So I'm trying to make it so that way this right here will be a wall, and down here, so it'll almost be like this is like an overhang in a way. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm gonna kind of just kind of play with this almost for a little bit, try to, I guess, find my way around what I want to do. I'm gonna try to, most of the stuff won't even be seen, so it doesn't all matter that much, to be honest with you, because a lot of it, again, is not going to be seen. But I'm trying to make it look good because I kind of like to make everything look good. That's kind of just a pet peeve of mine almost. So I'm going to continue to work this out. I'm just going to do a quarter, so that way you guys, and then I guess I'll go back and I'll do it all by myself. So this is sort of what I came up with. There's not too much detail. I mean, just in this little, I guess, corner for the most part. I kind of just wanted to make a little bit of a transition to make this sort of a boxy room. This might have to go down a block or 2 more, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on all of the 4 quarters for the most part. This one might be a little bit different than the ones over there, since it is sort of a little bit of a different shape, but it's going to work sort of the same. I'll just have to do a little bit of adjustments around this area, but for the most part it's going to be kind of the same. So what I want to do is I want to, again, just put this on all the quarters, but after I do that, I kind of have to make this ground kind of flat in a way, so that way when they fall down, they're going to fall into a water stream. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just do the, I guess, reflecting of all of these on all the corners and stuff like that, and then we can go ahead and start working out how we want the water to flow, and then how we want the, I guess, iron golems to kill or to die in a way. So I was able to copy that side over there, and then I got to this point where I had to kind of make some changes to what we were doing. So this kind of actually worked out beneficial in a way. So I had to do a little bit of changes. So this is kind of what I ended up with. It's not too amazing, but realistically, you're never really going to see this part anyway. So it's all like detailed just to know in my mind that I detailed just for my own personal satisfaction in a way. So basically, I think that the way that I have this is I'm probably gonna have the iron golems, when they fall, they're probably gonna float to this side, because I feel like this has a more directional, like, it looks like it should float to that side. So this is what I got for a design. I'm gonna go ahead and continue over here, do this last side, probably figure out something right here. It's probably not gonna be anything too crazy. I think it'll be pretty realistically simple, to be honest with you. I might honestly just do it right here for you. Like, I'll just throw a block there, and then I'll probably throw this pattern on this back wall right here is probably what I'll do. So I'm just gonna place all of these slabs on all of these sides, and then I'll continue to do this part over here. And then after we can start to set up some water flowing, I think we're gonna need like 2 levels of height, and then we're gonna need the lava, and then we're gonna need one more thing, and then I think we might even make a little collection room area over here, and we might have to in the future find a way to connect it to here or move my warp. I don't exactly know. We'll see, because I don't know if at first I want to make it a profit shop. At first I think it'll just be like my own personal kind of gain thing, but in the future, if we ever decide to make a larger iron golem farm, we may turn it into a profit shop, since that is one of the most beneficial ways to gain some money on this server. So we've gotten to this point where we have completed all of the walls for the most part. So now what we kind of have to work on is the water flowing system. So what I have to kind of first do is just lay out a floor for me to put all of this water on. So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna make it so from here it's 7 blocks out. So 2, 3, or no. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to go down a lip here. So this means we actually are going to need ourselves another couple of logs, just 2 actually. Add 1 and like that, so that way we can build this down on both sides. And then what we're going to do after that is it's going to come across again. So we're going to do this, and we're going to go 1, 2. Actually, that right there is a problem. I don't know why I put that there. Actually, I can just add water here, and never mind. I know what I need to do for that. So we're just going to go like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this is where, again, I guess it'll drop off again like this. And then it'll go to here. And we're going to have to leave this one gap open, because this is where it's going to drop down again like this. And this is where all the items are going to go. So the iron golems are going to actually die here. So the lava will be, let's see, so if the height of what they are is like this, they're standing basically right here. So lava will kill them at this height. So we have to put signs right about here. So they're 3 blocks high. So put signs at probably this height all the way across. Like, let me sit down like this. We're going to have to put signs all the way across over here, and then we're going to have to put lava on top, so that means we're going to have to put another sign right there. So that's kind of the layout. So I'm going to start to fill in some of this stuff, kind of the boring stuff, and then we'll start to place some of the lava and the water together, so it'll start to look a lot better. Alright, so I have everything I think that needs to be set up. So we have all these signs in place. This is where all the lava is going to sit. It's going to be able, so that way at any point when they're at 2 block height, they're going to be only getting hit by lava at the head. And then I made the system down here where they can travel, I guess, the water path. This is where 2 hoppers are going to go, I think, probably 2. I think that's probably most beneficial for us, is to have, I don't know, I just feel like 2 is better than 1. And then over here, I put some cobblestone, because I think that these cobblestone walls will make it so they can't go through. I think this is like 1 and 1.25. I think they're like 2 blocks wide. I'm not 100% sure. If that, I guess, doesn't work, we'll have to come back and fix it. But you won't really see any of this because most of it's going to be covered up by lava. So that's why I'm not too bent out of shape about having that randomly there. And then over here, we have to just start placing water. Now I'm going to go ahead and just buy a couple buckets of water from shop. And then we'll do the whole lava part afterwards. I feel like that is something probably to focus on at the end. So we're just going to do a little water stream like this, put it all the way back here, and just I want to look at this for a second and see where it goes. It does go all the way down, so that's good. Now let's add a water bucket here. Let's pick up some of this water and just see if by adding all this stuff over here, does that negatively affect it? If I'm in a water stream and I come over here, is it possible that I can get stuck here? Okay, good. You can't get stuck there. So that's the only thing I was really too worried about. Other than that, I think everything should work pretty well. And I don't really think we'll have to worry about any iron golems ever getting all the way over here. So that's another thing we don't really have to worry about. So we'll go every other just to save on some water. And then I think that should be basically it for the water streams. We're going to have to go ahead and put one down here and then a couple more down there. So let's grab ourselves some more water. I can't tell if this has water in it. It doesn't look, yeah, there we go. That looks more like it should. And then we'll put water over here. And then we'll put a water stream here and here. That way it's really only flowing into this wall though. So that's something I didn't think about though. So if we put it like that, you know what we could do though? We could put, I don't actually know. You know, be honest with you, I don't really know. This is something I might end up putting like 6 hoppers here or something. I don't know, something absurd. Or we might have to figure out just blocking that off, because I wasn't really expecting something like that. So if we had it like this, where, let me go ahead and just grab blocks before I do this, and then a sign to put right here, then a sign here, and a sign here. If I were to break this sign right here, and this sign right here, the water would be flowing directly into here. If I were to just block off this area altogether, I think that, like with physical blocks, like this, let's go ahead and just see what that looks like. I could just move this whole wall right here up one, so I don't actually have to worry about this at all, and then it just will, I guess, be better that way. So let's grab this stuff. We'll just kind of recreate it, and I don't think I'll just leave that there for now. But so if we did that instead, then we wouldn't have to worry about this. We would knock out this part right here, and we could literally just move this entire wall one forward. And I think that would work for me, and that trapdoor is gone. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I think we're gonna move this whole entire wall forward one, just because for the benefit of only having to use one hopper is my main reason. So now I've moved the entire wall forward one. I think this is kind of how we're gonna keep it. So one more thing I need to do just temporarily is I want to put a block there just in case I drop something. I don't want it to just all float into the void. So what we have to do next is we now have to place the lava. Now this is probably going to be a very tedious thing to do because it's on top of signs. So we're just going to buy ourselves 64 lava buckets to start with. So we're going to start with probably here. Now I don't know the best way to do this. I'm actually going to go to my IS, grab myself some cobblestone. I feel like it'll be easier just to divide some stuff up if we do it that way instead. So what I'll do is I'll put a thing like this all the way across the middle, and then I can just break it afterwards. So I'll do like this all the way over, and then we'll put one on the top as well. So what this will basically do for me is I can use the cobblestone as like a backboard to place all the lava, and then I'll just break the cobblestone, and then that'll just be, oh crap. Let me get in this water down here. Oh crap, again. Okay, so this is gonna be, I guess, clearly it's gonna be a little bit tedious, so I'm just gonna bust it all out, and then once it's done, I'll start to show you how it's really gonna work, and we'll end up placing in the spawner as well. So now breaking the last pieces of cobblestone, and this thing should actually be completely done. So all the water streams should be done, and then I think all the lava streams should be done. So what'll happen is your guys are gonna fall down like this. They're going to start to flow. I don't think I'll ever change this to ice because I think it'll melt on me, but you'll come down here and pretend I'm an iron golem. I'll run right into this guy like this. I'll start to catch on fire, but since I'll be 2 blocks high, at this point I'll be high enough where I will still be hitting by this, and I'm also 2 blocks wide, so I can't fall down into this water stream. So the iron and the red roses will drop, they'll fall into this stream right here, they'll come all the way down into this hopper right here, and then that's kind of how it's going to work. And we'll have our central collection point, and we won't have to have a bunch of hoppers, we will only have one. So I think what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and probably get ourselves a hopper. I'm going to go ahead and throw all this stuff into probably this chest over here. We're going to go grab one of the hoppers from our outside part, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place it in, place the spawner in, and see how well it actually works. So we have everything that we need in our inventory. First, I'm going to place a cobblestone wall right there, and then all the way down here, I'm going to break this guy like this, and then we're going to place the hopper, but we're going to place it so it goes into the chest. What I think I'm going to need to do, let's go back to IS. Let's grab ourselves a stair. Where's the stair? I know I have stairs right here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this stair where that I guess coal block is, just so that way we can open the chest. Now, this is just temporary. Like, no one will ever really see this. It doesn't really matter too much. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna place a chest here and here, and then we are going to. No, that is not right. We're going to place a chest one lower. So we'll go down here like this, break this guy out, place the chest into him, and then place a stair block on top so it'll cover it up a little bit. And then I guess we'll come back afterwards, make a little platform, because this is just on the outside of my island, so this is kind of what it's looking like on the outside. So we're going to go back on the inside now, place this hopper. This is just temporary again, like I'm saying, so that way we can just see if it'll work. And then we'll put a hopper here, so now everything should flow into that. Let's go ahead and not die from the lava, and we're gonna place this spawner in and see how well it works. So we'll place this guy in and see. Okay, it's spawning them. They're falling. Let's see how long it takes for them to spawn more. And so we'll just watch these guys down here. So they're burning. Yes, they're burning. That's good. That's a good sign. And I want to see if they go. So good. They stay above this. They're dying. And then once they completely die, we should see some stuff flow into that chest down there. So I don't know how long it takes for these guys to die. I think they're pretty strong, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but they are. So there we go. We got our first iron ingots, and they all flew into this. So this successfully works. So that's a really good sign. So what we can do now is kind of just chill out up here at the top and see for a little while and see how much we can get in maybe 10 to 15 minutes of just chilling out, not really doing too much. I think what we might actually end up doing, though, is putting a little AFK pool on the top just for ourselves to AFK. Maybe if we want, we can make ourselves a way for people to get up to the top and AFK as well. So that's what we're going to probably do next. Probably going to do that off camera. But I think what we actually should do next is we should probably jump into our sky key, since we're so late into the episode and we haven't actually done that yet. So I'll meet you guys at the crates and we'll do our sky key for the day. So this season, I'm really shooting to hopefully get ourselves a villager spawner out of these crates. Now, if we had that would make us pretty freaking OP, because there's not too many people that have them. I think I know of one, maybe two people on Fantasy so far that have won them, so it's a pretty rare find to get one. So we're rolling our sky key right now. You can see just now, you can actually win a villager spawner. A beacon would also be pretty nice. We could probably sell that for cash or keep it for challenges in the future. So we have a villager egg. So I mean, that's kind of what we wanted, but it's not really what I wanted, because I've actually already won 2 villager eggs so far. Now, I don't really know what to do with them. I know I can use them, but I'm pretty sure they don't really reset their trades, so I don't think it'll matter too much about having them. So if you guys have any ideas what I should do with 3 villager eggs, let me know down below, and I'll definitely try to work them into an episode in some way. So what I think we're going to do now is I'm just going to chill here for about 10 to 15 minutes, see how much stuff we can get. And then after that, we'll check and see how much stuff we get, and then we'll go ahead and we'll end off the episode. So I'm gonna go do a little bit of AFKing, and then I will catch you guys afterwards. So I actually decided to use my alt account Mistrek. So Mistrek doesn't really use the account very often. We may try to utilize that in the future, but right now I kind of just use it as my AFK alt. So if you ever see Mistrek on, it's most likely gonna be AFK. So don't really worry too much about that. So we have been AFK for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or so, and that's a pretty decent amount of iron. We can actually go ahead to /shop and sell this, see how much we are going to get from it. We are going to get $700, and now that's not too bad considering that I don't really have to do too much with it, and I can use other ways of gaining money that I've used in the past to get myself some more spawners, and then in return it'll eventually make it more efficient. So that's a pretty good thing for me. So I think this is where we're probably going to bring this episode to a wrap. If you guys did enjoy today's episode and are happy to finally see me, I guess, getting some spawners going, trying to use money sources that are already out there that other people have been using forever and start to utilize those. So I kind of tried to mix it up a little bit, make my spawner look really good just about anywhere in the entire spawner. So hopefully that can put a nice little twist on it rather than just having your typical cobblestone, I guess, glass made spawner. So hopefully this can make us some more cash in the next couple episodes. I'm going to try to get some more cash so we can get some more spawners rolling, maybe try to get some other types of spawners rolling. I don't actually know. So if you guys again did enjoy today's episode, show your support down below as always. And as always, guys, I love you all. See you guys later. Peace out.